Today's episode of DRL is brought to you by Hella Cocktail Company. My guests don't just come to DRL for me. They also come for the cocktails. Luckily, my friends at Hella Cocktail Company have my back. These guys make amazing mixes, from Bloody Mary to Margarita to Moscow Mule. They also make cocktail bitters, my secret ingredient, and now yours too. It's easy to feel like the best bartender in town when every bottle comes with a simple recipe on it. Hella Cocktail Company, bold flavor, real ingredients, hospitality. Mixing it up since 2011. Shop the collection on Amazon Prime or use code DRL online at hellacocktail.co for free shipping. Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of DRL, where we're talking everything dating, relationships, and love. I'm your host, Tanisha Wood. So super lucky things have been happening to me. So yesterday, I was driving to the gym because I decided it's time. So I'm driving to the gym and my car had like a weird jolt, like a little weird shake. And I was like, what was that? And then the light came on. And luckily, I was right in front of a Pep Boys. So I just pulled into the Pep Boys, right? And I asked the guy, I'm like, I think it might be an oil change because I really do need to get one, but I don't know if it's something else. And he's like, well, we're about to close and there's like 3 cars already ahead of you. So, and I was like, oh man. And his name was Peter. He had a name tag on. Oh, by the way, Peter, I told him to listen to the podcast. So Peter, if you're listening, I appreciate you. So then I was like, Peter, do you think that maybe you could just check to see if it needs an oil change? And if it's just an oil change, like you don't need a mechanic to do that, right? Like you could probably just do that, right, Peter? And he was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could do that. And I was like, all right, cool. So he checks it. It just needs an oil change. And I was like, all right, Peter. So the thing is, I already paid for this class at the gym. And so I want to go. So like it was, Barry's boot camp.
No.
Okay, it's this class that's ridiculously expensive. It was $20 per class, but I got it on ClassPass, but that's the general cost. Okay. And so I was like, nah, I got to go. Like, I got to go to the class. It was on ClassPass, 13 credits on ClassPass. So I was like, I have to go to the class. So I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to walk there or take an Uber. The Uber's like, I'm like, why is this a $10 Uber for a mile? I was like, I'm going to run. So I ran to the, so I ran to the gym and then got there and then I was late and then they still let me in. That was lucky. So then I come back to my car after and I realized on the way coming back from the gym, I'm walking and I was like, I don't have my wallet. It's not in my gym bag. What? I have no money, right? I have no money. So I go back now and I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, Peter, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that this is my gym bag and the way like my wallet bag situation is set up, I don't have money. And I was like, but the good news is I keep an emergency 20 in my car. So I have $20 and probably some quarters. What? And Peter was like, he just looks at me and he shakes his head. He's like, And I don't know if he's thinking this is bullshit. Like she just wanted a free oil change. So. And so I go out to the car and sure enough, I had $20 and 3 quarters. So I had like $20.75. And I come back in and he hands me the bill and it's $20. What? And he was like, I just switched something because it was originally 42.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he was like, I just switched some things on there for you. And I was like, Peter, you're like the nicest person ever. I mean, I was going to pay you. I was just going to drive all the way home, come all the way back and make it a whole thing. But I was like, that was really lucky. So I just appreciate the goodness in the universe.
Sure,
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
So tonight I have Tazia with me.
Hey guys.
Hey. So you're a DJ.
Yeah.
How's
DJ.
that?
Ooh, it's interesting. I have so many stories I could probably share. It's all over the place. I love it. I'm doing what I love. So it's interesting to say.
How often do you get hit on when you're DJing?
Ooh.
And do people think it's like somehow more possible because you're DJ? Like, do you get hit on more when you're DJing or more when you're just like out chilling?
Out chilling.
Okay, I thought maybe it was a DJ booth thing.
No, honestly, like, and people also think that I have like DMs out of the world, and like usually it's not like that. Like it's either like for work or something like that. But my phone is dry.
Are you single?
I'm very single. Single.
How long have you been single?
Ooh, about 4 months now.
Ooh, you're
Fresh.
newly single.
Yeah, fresh.
What happened?
I walked away from an abusive relationship.
Damn.
Yeah. So I can say it's actually been a blessing.
Like
though.
physically, mentally?
Yeah. Narcissistic, like crazy person.
How long were you guys together?
We were together for 2 years.
And like,
yeah. While I'm DJing and like kind of, overcoming, my goals and accomplishing all these big accomplishments, I was going through that on the back end. So nobody knew what was going on. But I can say that although it's unfortunate that I had to go through that, it's definitely pushed me and catapulted me to like do things that I normally would not do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it kind of gives me like this push, and now I know myself better than I ever have before.
Like sometimes you got to really fall down.
Yeah, like I had to kind of really fall on my butt. And then I was like, okay, don't want this, and I'm not cool with this, but now I know myself so well, like now I'm like, bullshit, bye.
I see it from a mile.
Away. Or it could be the smallest thing, like maybe we're having a conversation and the comeback, I'm like, oh, you want to be controlling. Not going to talk to
bye,
you.
Felicia.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bye, Felicia.
So in that relationship, were there signs of what was to come early on, or was it sort of... Okay.
There was. And I can say, like, while you're in it, you don't really realize it until afterwards you're like, oh, that's what you were doing the entire time.
What was happening then?
Like pulling people aside that I would be working with and like basically trying to have like control over my money. And that, like saying...
Now that is one thing you do not get to control.
Okay. Or saying like, oh, she's not going to work with y'all if she's not making this amount. And I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Like... but then at the same time,
in a way,
you're thinking like, oh, you're supportive and you're looking out for me. And,
right.
And it really wasn't that. But that's how narcissistic,
But I could see how it would be taken as that. Yeah. I think I might think it a kind gesture if my boyfriend,
like, oh, taking up for me.
Was, saw that I was negotiating something and, right. Maybe he thought I could get more and was like, no. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, like, know your worth.
Right.
So you're
right.
like, okay, he's looking out for me. And it's really control.
Got
you know what I mean? So I kind of know the red flags now to look for.
So it started with little things like that were seemingly nice.
Yeah, seemingly nice. Okay, for instance, like it would be like I love breakfast every morning, and it needs to be this, and this. Whatever the entree is, and it's kind of like their baiting tool to see if like you'll actually go along with.
Man,
what
I say
they
stuff like
want.
that.
Ooh, are you narcissistic?
I only eat.
Now, hold on. I love it. Like, kind of getting. Now, I love that. But yeah, it will be little stuff like that to see, like, if you'll fall into the trap of, like, actually going along with what they want and when they want it. Mm-hmm. And as soon as when I'm saying, narcissistic sociopaths, and when they don't get what they want, then they, like, kind of pull back, like, well, you're not good enough for me, or you didn't do what I say. So it's like they put you on a punishment.
It went on for 2 years.
Yeah.
How did it end? Like, what got you to the point where you were like...
It was too much. Not to go too much in depth, but it was just it was way, way, way too much. Like, just the different fallouts, the jealousy that... like.
Did you guys live together?
Did we live together? He lived with me.
Okay.
Yeah. If that makes sense. He lived with me. So you would think like, oh, you would treat me nice because I'm literally trying to help you get on your feet. But it wasn't the case. It was more so like a control thing. So
how did he take it when you said, you know what, that's it?
Honestly, I kind of pulled the plug. I literally pulled the plug. Like it was, I remember the last situation was him basically like trying to control like when I could call him. Like,
what?
Yeah, like, why are you calling this late? You're just trying to see if I'm somewhere. And I'm like, I'm calling because I just got for work. Just trying to see what you're doing. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? This stuff is still going on. Literally blocked him from Instagram, Facebook, my phone. If I could have blocked him from my email, he would have been blocked there too. But I mean...
I think there's a way to do that.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. You have to show me the way. But he was blocked from everything, and I just didn't... I was just over it. It was kind of like I had an epiphany, like, this is not cool. This is not what I want. I kind of went through all these things. And I feel like while I was breaking up with him, like, in my mind, I guess, like, I was healing at the same time, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, hold on, I know my worth now. And it was like slowly he was getting pushed further and further and further away because he just wasn't acting right.
Have you talked to him since the breakup?
No.
It was just a clean.
It was. I wouldn't say it was necessarily clean because he's said things and have done things, but it's all about my reaction, right?
Right.
So I'm just like, I don't see you. I don't care. You're kind of like old news. You're dead to me, and you can never be around me anymore. Like, you're not even my type anymore.
I don't even like your whole genre.
You're not even my type anymore. I look at you and say, ew. So, and that's where we're at. But since then, I have been dating.
How's dating? How are you dating? Where are you meeting folks?
So I was talking to a couple of friends, like throughout the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, y'all, dating is so hard for me. Like, guys think, because I'm a DJ, I have all these guys. That's not the case. I'm usually by myself, self-care, and all this, all these great things. But actually, it's been more so like industry people. Mm-hmm. Like, it may be, people I've met in passing, or maybe people that I've met at like a listening or, something like that. Or people that I've met like throughout years of like friendships in between, and they've worked with each other, and then like, I meet them some kind of way. But
are you online?
No, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
How can you not do it if you've never tried? Have you ever been online?
No.
Like, I think it's worth a shot.
Okay, so you mean like the little Bumble?
Like
situation?
Bumble or Tinder?
No, I've never done it.
Why?
I think creeps are on there.
Creeps are
everywhere
in the streets.
They are. But I feel like, everybody's like, it's a hookup. It's like a hookup site?
It's not necessarily. It is what you make it. A bar could be a hookup site.
This is true. I mean, nowadays Instagram is a hookup site.
Right. Everywhere is a hookup site if that's what you want it to be.
You're right, but no, I've never tried that. My mom said I should try.
Yeah, I feel like we should make you a profile or something.
Oh my God.
Just saying it's worth a shot.
Okay, you know what? That would be interesting.
Do you want like a long-term thing, or like
I do
you want to just date for now?
I don't like flings.
Okay.
I don't it makes me uncomfortable, in a sense. Like, I don't want to get to know you and tell all these things about me and have all this fun, and then you're just out of here.
Bye.
Yeah, it's like, and that's it. At least if I have like some type of, we're both working towards something long term. If it doesn't work,
right,
then okay.
Are you a serial monogamist, would you say?
Ooh.
Like, have you mainly been in long-term relationships?
Yes.
How long?
Wow, I just now thought about that. Yes, it's always long term.
How long was your relationship before your last one, before the 2-year one?
3 years. Yeah. So that's about right. Yeah, it's usually long term. It's been long term, honestly, since I can remember.
What's the longest that you've been single?
4 years? 3 years?
Okay.
Yeah, like
so it's
I would say like 3 years. I take my time to like heal and like kind of get over it, and I may, date and stuff, but I'm like one of those people, I'm straight up. So I'll just be like, I'm not really looking for nothing, but we can go out to eat, we can hang out, we can have fun.
I just won't be with you.
Yeah, I'm not. And then I'm very honest. Like, I'll say, like, if I'm in like a bad place, or I'm like, I'm really not wanting to like do the whole full out dating thing, but like, we can hang out and chill.
And you shouldn't when you're in a bad place, because then that's like the energy. Fair. Well, not only that, but I feel like personally when I'm just like in a bad mental space, like I don't attract good things.
Yeah,
like it's like, you know what I mean? Like random, like yesterday, if I was in a bad place yesterday, then the car actually probably would have just stopped and broken down. There wouldn't have been a Pet Boys. There would have been somebody mean working at the counter that was like, well, you're going to have to find that $40. Like, so I feel like when I'm in a good just mental space, like naturally what comes to me is just better and more positive. But when I'm in just like, it's like, I'm going to attract the dude that's just.
It always happens like that.
Because that's the energy they're attracted to.
Exactly. Yeah. It always happens like that. Oh, so back to what I was saying though. So me and my friends, they were like, we'll tell you. I was like, y'all, I've met people and I'm just like, boring. Oh my gosh. I ran into so many boring men. Why are they so boring?
Describe what you mean when you say boring. Like, they just are not having good conversation.
It's always come chill.
So not planful.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, let's go to the movies. Hey, let's go out to eat. Or,
men, I tell you this, and I tell you this, and I tell you this, and I need you to listen.
And it's like, come if you want to. It's not
no,
if I want to.
Make a direct plan. Even if your plan is like, hey, I was thinking we could sit at the sky and twiddle our thumbs together. That's a plan. That's better than no plan.
You can say we can sit on the car and gaze at the stars.
Yeah.
I mean,
but have something, not just like, come through. You know, I got Netflix. Like, who wants that?
Like,
come on.
I can do that at home.
By myself.
What I've been doing.
Without having to get dressed.
And I'm just like, don't really want. I actually would like to get out of the house. Sometimes I just think I'm a little bit too deep for these guys. I look at them sometimes. I'm like, you are a joke.
What if you just said? I mean, do you ask more questions? Like,
I do ask. I'm getting better at that. I would say, yeah, I haven't always been good at that, but now I ask all the questions. Like,
because I'm a big fan of asking like really personal things.
Yeah.
Up front.
Yeah.
Because why not? Number one, and number two, like I want to know. And like one, I don't care how your day was, so let me not ask that. Let me skip past that.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
I care how your life is. Yeah. What's going on there?
Or how are you feeling?
Right.
Like I ask questions like that, like really, no, and I'll be like, no, really, how are you feeling? Like I really want to know. And people sometimes are like, it kind of catches them because I guess people don't ask that. I'm like, no, I want to know.
People don't have feelings.
Yeah, I was like, let's talk about it. But yeah, my friends were like, you know what, Tazia? And that's where I got to, dating within my industry, entertainment. Mm-hmm. And my friends were like, you're going to have to date somebody that's in your realm of what you do. That's the only way that they're going to understand you and, your creativity and being busy and, I pretty much nightlife. That's my life. Mm-hmm. And the attention. Like, you'd be surprised how many men don't even like the fact that I get attention like that. Like,
I mean, do they want it? Like,
it's so weird. It's like, well, don't you want other people to look at your woman? Like, it's kind of complimenting you. I wouldn't want to
be with somebody that nobody ever looked at.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense.
Or nobody ever found interest. Like, I wouldn't.
It doesn't make sense. But yeah, a lot of guys are like that. So I'm listening to my friends and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just try this whole dating within the industry. And now I understand why celebrities only date celebrities because they understand their lifestyle.
So have you met anybody that you feel like has some good potential in the industry, of course?
I have.
Okay. Tell us more.
Ooh. He's actually somebody I wouldn't normally, I guess, would talk to because I'm like one of those people, like I'm not the aggressor ever. Like, oh, I think you're handsome and hey, I would like to talk to you. And I would say that this time it was a little different. It was kind of like a mutual thing. And I kind of just stepped up to the plate. Like I was just
Did you make the first move?
I was just kind of like, I've always thought you were, you were fine or whatever. And so I'm just like, he was like, man, I've been looking at you too. I was like, for real? Well, come over here. Put your head on my chest. I got you. Just being extra and stupid. And like, I would say that his personality wins me over because it keeps me laughing.
Aww.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
So how long has it been now?
It hasn't been that long. Maybe a month. Yeah, a month of just talking, dating. But it's been fun.
Has he taken you out on a proper date?
No, we actually haven't been anywhere. He's actually been very busy with what he has going on with work. And to be very honest, I have too. So it's kind of like when we can see each other, we do. But constant communication. It hasn't fell off yet. And it'll be even like stupid stuff like sending games to each
Memes.
other. Like sending games to each other so we can play each other. Like just, stupid fun stuff. But I like it, and it's one of those things that's not forced. I hate for things to feel forced.
Like it's natural.
Yeah,
it's just like going at its own pace.
We're actually like really like cool. Like it's like, oh, I really have like a friend. We laugh, we sing and dance and do dumb stuff. Like
I like it.
Yeah. So it's like it's a friendly thing.
So what else do you like about him? He's funny. I love a funny guy. There's nothing more than a guy that just makes me like belly laugh.
Yeah.
Like
and that's how it is. Like it's almost like how you feed off of each other's energy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm just having a good time just being here in the moment.
Right.
And I can say this, what I've struggled with before, like being in the moment with guys because they're boring. So it's like, you don't do anything to captivate my attention and he does. So it's kind of strange for me. But like I told my mom, I'm like, I'm here for it. And now I'm just like balls to the wall, like, here I am, world. Like, you're going to take me as I am, and I'm going to be goofy and quirky and whatever else. So
what made you make the first move there in situations where you hadn't before?
I can say that I've been working on my inner self and just regaining my confidence back, and like I've reached my body weight goal and all of that.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, because like I had got like super skinny, and I wasn't used to like being skinny like that. I wanted my legs back, you know.
Oh, you mean you had to gain weight?
Yeah,
that was the goal,
yeah.
girl.
I wanted my booty back.
I'm like, she ain't work for that. That was just some drive-through.
And I wanted my booty back. And you know what? And when my mom seen me yesterday, she was like, "Okay, you are looking good, girl." I was like, I am. Let me go step on the scale. I was like,
let me check my own booty.
I was like,
okay,
Mom, I'm at my goal weight. She's like, I knew you looked better. I'm like, yeah. So it made me feel good. So I can just say that because I've been working on my inner self, and I'm just kind of comfortable with who I am. I'm very confident in who I am, and I'm just like, here I am. Here's Tazia, and either you like it or you don't. So I can say now. Whereas I would be like more shy or more like, I'm not gonna. You never know if you're gonna get the opportunity again.
Right.
That's just how I live now. So I'm just gonna
YOLO.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you. And like I tell people all the time, like even my girlfriends, I'm like, you're just so pretty. They're like, Tazia, why are you always giving me compliments? I'm like, because I don't have any problems with myself.
Right.
Like, you know,
because you are.
But it's like you'll be surprised how many people like really have problems with themselves,
and then they can't connect with other people.
Yeah, they can't connect. They can't connect with other people. They don't know. So they try to hide who they really are, and then they're so unhappy. But I'm happy with me. So
that's an amazing place to be. Though I still haven't gotten to the place where I will like approach a guy. This is my approach.
Really?
No,
you're lying.
I will not. This is my approach. Watch. It's like a. And it turns awkward real quick.
Do
but
you see me looking at you?
Yeah, like I'm looking at you. I'm letting you know. That's still a very big goal. But yeah,
that would usually
and I'll approach in if it's not a romantic thing, or if I don't like have some sort of crush, I'm totally fine with just going up to somebody like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? But if it's like really like, oh my god, I have like a crush, I'm like I don't know why. It's crazy. And I know it's stupid. And I know it's 2019, but like, I'm not like, you know how I talked to my last crush or how I asked my last crush out, sort of. So this was my podiatrist. If he's listening, he's been on this show. And I was like, damn, he is like fine. Like you just
didn't know what to do with yourself.
And so, and I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if it's appropriate. I don't know if it's either way. I wasn't going to like say anything in that way. So I was just like, oh, like you're new to New York, right? He had just moved there. I was like, oh, you're like new to New York, right? Okay, yeah. I generally have like people over for game nights and stuff. So like, since you're new, if you want to come to a game night. But so like I'll create a whole nother reason.
And then like friends, let's get together.
Friends, I have to have a game night tonight. You don't understand.
Tonight was never planned.
Tonight is the night. Come over now. Pretend you're here every Friday. And so then I actually did invite him to a game. I was like, hey, I'm just like having a game night. A couple people over, cash, no big deal. You should like come through.
But everybody knows what's going on.
And then he's like, yeah, I'm out of town. And I was like,
y'all call it off.
And I'm like, I just can't keep having impromptu game nights when you're free.
Exactly.
So then I ended up being like, well, do you want to come on the podcast? And then I asked him every question that I wanted to ask him. And by the end of it, I was like, yeah, that's not a guy that I should date.
You smart.
He told me about many escapades, and I was like, no judgment, but seems like you're a bit of a woman.
No. Yeah, those are those red flags.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, okay, I just needed an hour to sit down to figure that out.
Handsome as I thought. Thanks.
Yeah. He is still very fine, though. Do you want to be married someday?
Ooh, that is an interesting question, because after that last relationship, I was like, I don't even know if I want to get married. I would be totally fine if I found like a mate for life and we were just together forever. Like, I don't necessarily need that piece of paper, to be honest. I've never been that woman that like had the dream about a wedding, a wedding dress. I don't care.
Same. I'm like a courthouse if I do it.
Like, yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, I'm totally fine. Just, us going to the courthouse and maybe having a couple of witnesses, our parents.
Like, I don't need the stress.
Yeah. I don't want
to pay the money. I don't want the stress. Like, there's actually nothing that I would like about having my own wedding. I do want nice pictures. Let me ask you something.
What is your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Makes sense. I'm a Libra.
Do Aquarius is not.
Well, I'm just like, no. Majority of my Aquarius girlfriends are like, they're kind of like that. They're just like, I necessarily don't have to get married. Like, I'm totally fine just being with a person that's like my life partner forever.
All I want, though, that you would have at a wedding is, I do want to be super pretty that day.
Yes, of
so
course.
Like I want like my hair, my makeup, all that, and I want a really good photographer. That's it. That's all I want. I don't need the maybe my family could show up for a couple pictures because we probably need updated family pictures anyway.
Person.
But no, that's all I need.
I thought I was the only person.
No, I just need something for the gram.
And see, let me show y'all that I's married now.
I's married now. Here's me and my husband at the courthouse and our photographer.
Where you came from? None of your business. None of your business. But yeah, I thought I was the only person.
No.
That's crazy.
And the older I get, the more I'm just like, absolutely not. Like, I think like maybe 3 years ago, I was open to the idea of a wedding.
Oh, that sounds just like
and now I'm just like, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I feel like I can, if I find my life partner, we don't necessarily have to get married. And if we do, like you said, going to the courthouse and it's just like, we're going to do this thing. Let's put that money towards a house.
I told my boyfriend, I said, when you do propose, I don't want a ring. First of all, I'm not like as you can see, I keep my nails like crap. So like, I'm not.
Now one thing, my nails are like an art of expression, but no, I mean, I don't really wear jewelry.
Nothing needs to go on these hands.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, don't get me a ring. I'm going to take it off to put lotion on. Then I don't want it. I was like, get me a deed. If you can come to me,
you know what,
on one knee with a deed, like that's all I need. Like, I'd be upset. Like, he could get me like $100 ring.
Yeah.
I'd literally, if he got me just like a gold band, like I literally from Target, because sometimes they have really cute little jewelry in the jewelry section at Target.
You know what?
I literally would just
go to Target.
I love Target.
No, don't get the ring from Target. But I get what you're saying.
If the ring comes with a deed,
okay, now get it from the deed.
Get it.
You can go to Walmart.
Get it from the candy box. I don't care where you get it. Get it at Walmart. Get it at Target. Don't get it at all.
If it's coming with the deed, yeah,
it could cost $2. Just don't let it cost over $100. You can give me any ring. Like, yes. But yeah, come to that with a deed, and we're good.
I love it. Yeah, well, so I'm the same way, and my friends think I'm crazy because I'm like, I'm not really pressed.
But what is a ring? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Like, what does it actually...
Accessory.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it doesn't mean anything more to me than, like, the $5 earrings I also got from Target.
Exactly.
Like, to me,
and
it's
then it
just...
gets dinged up, and then you have to,
And to spend that much money on it, I don't know. And I think people have this, like, idea of, well, he got me a princess cut, 5 carat, canary diamond. I don't know. But I'm like, what does that mean? He loves you more? Because I saw him the other day with somebody. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, people equate some
weird things like that before.
Right. Like, people equate it to somehow like love or commitment. And I'm like, no, I don't need it. Now a deed. No.
I need that. Investments.
That'll keep me living for life. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not pressed.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
well, to non-weddings.
Hey, boom, put it there.
Do you want kids?
I do want kids, but I'm not even pressed for that.
I'm not even pressed for that.
I'm not. Honestly, I told my mom, like, you're probably going to be like, Tazia, you're crazy. But I was like, Mom, I actually wouldn't mind if it came to that point of, like, I didn't really find anybody before, like, my eggs are just disappearing into whatever. I would be okay with getting a donor. Like, honestly, like, going to an actual bank and getting a donor. And I'm just like, I mean, half the time we're doing most of the work anyway.
I see no issue with
and my mom was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea. You can pick exactly what you want.
That's how they're set up. Like, you can actually, if you pay extra, you can pick things like, I think the basic things, because I had a friend that came on the show and they had a donor and she was telling me about the process. But essentially, like, you could pay for different tiers. Like, you could pay to know, like, what college they went to, or like you could pay to know.
No, I didn't know it was broken down like that.
Yeah, so like you could pay more. It's just sort of like really any app out there right now.
For this intelligence.
Right. Like if you want to know this IQ, you about to pay. So like if you're willing to like spend, like you can actually customize it. You know what? My
mom was so down for it. She was like, and I'll help you pay for it. I'm like, really, Mom?
She's like, I want that grandbaby.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I could say that I used to always think like, okay, by 25, 27. Oh, I'm telling my age, but I was like, okay, by 25, 27, I'll probably be married and I'll probably have kids.
Oh,
none of that has happened yet. Like, and I'm not even like pressed for it.
Do you feel like in New York, like, I don't feel like there's really any pressure. I mean, to a certain degree, but it's like yourself. It's not because you're like, well, every friend I have is married and every friend I have has kids.
The South is different.
So that's what I was just going to ask. Like, is it like all your friends now are married with kids, so the pressure's different?
I can say a vast majority of my friends are married, probably been married shortly after, out of school.
Yep.
And started their families pretty early. I mean, some of my friends have kids that are like
about to graduate high school,
literally 13, 14 years old. And I'm like, whoa, like when I have kids, God, y'all are gonna be grandparents.
The kids I used to babysit now have kids.
Like, you see what I'm saying? And I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, I feel so far behind. And then I'm just like, you know what, Tazia, you're going after all of your goals right now. You don't need a kid right now. Like, you don't need that.
You can't get anything done with a kid.
I can only imagine, like, sometimes even when I watch my nephew, I'm in, like, all of a sudden something comes up and I have something to do. I'm in a frenzy. Like, oh my gosh, what do I do with you? And he's 9. Like, he's about to be 10 years old. He can really watch himself. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what do I do with him? Oh my God, I need a babysitter. And
what do I do with it?
Yeah, and I'm just like, Tazia, he's about to be 10. He can really, like, make his own food and everything. So I'm just like, why are you going crazy right now? So,
I struggle with it right now. Like, so my boyfriend has kids. And the thing is, the older I get, the more I really value that time. Like, the more I enjoy just on a Saturday, Saturday or Sunday morning, just like hanging and
no noise,
and sometimes I'm like, man, like, I mean, I do want kids, but like, I almost feel like the situation that we had with them in New York was sort of perfect because, they were with their mom and then with us. Like, so it was sort of like a 40-60.
So everybody's just working with each other.
So yeah. But it allowed for like time off and time on. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, well, if I have my own kid,
there is no time.
Who takes them on the weekends?
I know, like, they're with you for life. And you know what,
I was like, it might be better to co-parent because you get a little break.
You know what? I said that. I said, you know what? I have no problem being the great Auntie of the Year award every year and just being a great stepmom. I have no problem being that either.
Because you inevitably, if you're a good mother or father, like, you inevitably give up a piece of yourself. And if you're not giving up a piece of yourself, like, you might want to check what you're doing. But like, that's what good parents do. It's like, it's not about me. It's not about what I want to do right now. It's not about my goals right now. It's about like you and what you need.
Yeah,
and like, that's the thing. I'm like, am I ready to fully be like, no, like, I want to do this podcast, but like, it's your soccer game.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe I'll feel different.
To be there.
Right. And maybe I'll feel different once that's like actually here. But like right now I'm like, no, I want to do my podcast.
Does it kind of give you anxiety a little bit? When
it does. Yeah, it does. Too. Like, if I think too much about it, and then I'm just like, because I'm a details person, so I think about all the details. Everything. Some people are just like, the kid is cute, and I don't think about it like that. Just in the same way, when I think about weddings, I'm not like, oh, it's a beautiful dress.
Like,
I'm like,
the money that's about to be coming out of my pocket. Yes, this kid is going to need everything, and they're depending on me for everything.
And I like thinking about me most of the time.
Money and effort and everything else that comes with it. It's like,
yeah. And the older I get, I fear that like the more, like, I turned 35 in February, and I really was like,
you look good, girl.
Thank you.
Hey.
I was like, I mean, I guess if I'm going to do it, this would be a good time. But like, I just it's like don't
anxiety.
It's anxiety. And then I'm like, I don't feel ready. Like, I'm not ready. What am I talking about? And I was like me. Girl, if you're 35 and when are you going to be ready?
You sound like me. I'm just like, I think about it. I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm like, oh my God, what about when I have to go to a gig? And what if I get called last minute? What if I would have to go out of town? Like, where would this child like, where would I put this child?
I really like respect and admire moms who like are able to keep their careers and like
God.
fully do them.
I say that about my friends that are doing it. I'm just like,
I don't know how they, because I don't feel like I have enough time for me, and it's just me.
I just said that today. I was like, I don't think there's enough time in my day to actually get done what I need to get done on a daily basis.
And how do you do that with like other little people
Like,
in the mix?
I can't imagine.
That need you to do everything for them.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine.
Yeah, so I go back and forth. Like I have my moments where I'm just like,
me too.
Really
do you have a dog though?
I don't do animals.
No animals. Dang, no animals. Okay, I am a dog lover.
I do fish. I'll do birds. I do flowers.
But you can't pet your fish. You can't.
Yeah, you just go inside the tank. I swear, every day I come home, they're on the bowl like, hey, and I'm like, hey,
Mom's home.
how was your day? I'm like, it's been wet, and I'm like, I get it. Okay. That's where you live. I'm like, yeah, it rained a little bit here too.
God, that is so funny. That is funny. Okay, I thought like maybe you had a dog instead, because a lot of my friends that don't have kids, they're like, well, my dog is like the stand-in for the moment.
Do you have a dog?
I had a dog that my ex stole, but
wait, was it your dog before?
Yeah, okay, we actually had got the dog to breed her and do all of that. So what he did was,
so you guys got the dog together?
Yeah, we did get the dog together.
Because it sounded like it was just your dog. It'd been your dog for life. And then he was just like, no, it's my dog.
We got the dog together. But what he did was he had premeditated. Like, I guess he felt like the breakup was going to happen. He premeditated and like stole her registration papers before I could send them in. And like basically stole her. Like once it was
you have to register dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like their Social Security.
So you get them and then you register them like with the state?
Yeah, you register them with the state.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I guess if you have a dog, you know.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
Do you let the dog sleep in your bed?
Hell no.
Okay. Just making sure.
No.
Just making sure.
I don't like that. Like they shed, they're outside, things get into their coat. Like you have your bed, I have mine. Like I just don't feel like dogs belong in the bed.
So in case the funny, amazing guy that you're looking for might be out there, what exactly are you looking for? Like, what are your top 5 qualities?
Ooh, top 5 qualities. It's crazy that I never think about this.
Funny.
Definitely have to be funny. And definitely intelligent. I have to have somebody creative because I have to be able to kind of like...
Does that mean they have to be in a creative career like you?
I would say prefer. I'm a big energy person. So like when I know from the past of dating others that are creative, like those have been like my better experiences because we can kind of bounce and feed off of each other's energy. Mm-hmm. And I also see with more creative guys, they're usually more grounded. Have you noticed that? Like they kind of know themselves a little bit better than most people that are kind of just out here living. They don't really...
I think it's because they've explored.
Yeah.
Like, and did different things and maybe like... did it, failed, figured out what they liked. Exactly. Whereas like other people who just sort of they go through the motions, if you will, and it's just like, okay, well, I got this job and I did this thing and I did, and like they're checking boxes versus really figuring out themselves and knowing who they are and what they want.
Yeah, so I know.
So I could see that.
So people probably wouldn't say creative, but that's definitely a big one for me. They have to be spiritual because I'm very big on spirituality and everything. Not necessarily going to church, but just being spiritual and doing my meditations and, stuff like that. So I have to have somebody that'll be open to that. And, what's another one? I need somebody that's outgoing. Like a go-getter outgoing, like a self-starter. Mm-hmm. That's very big for me. I think it's more so because my dad was like that too. He is like that. And sometimes I can be that person that's kind of a little shy and just let things run its course and everything's going to line up perfectly. But sometimes I need that energy where it's like, no, this is what we're doing. Like, boom.
Do this. This is what we need to do now.
I need somebody. I hate to use the word aggressive because it kind of has like a negative connotation, but just a little bit more aggressive than what I am. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, those would be my top 5. So,
funny, creative,
intelligent,
aggressive.
What was the other one? I forgot that fast.
Didn't you? I think you did 4.
I only did 4?
I think so.
Okay, let's see. Oh, adventurous.
So like spontaneous and in the moment?
Has to be, because that's me. as you can see when I first walked in here. Like, it's just always spontaneous things. I'm just like, somebody could be like, hey, I don't know, 12 o'clock at night, like, let's go get the tattoo. I'm like, really, you want to go get a tattoo?
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I have 7.
What are they of?
Ooh, I have, what is this one? That says I am. And this one is...
Legend. Sorry, that's the first thing I thought of.
Tazia. And then 1111. So I have where I was born on the back of my ankle. It's like a little stamp, and it says made in Ohio.
Oh, Columbus in the house.
Yeah, Columbus in the house. And then on my lower back, I have a tramp stamp that says Tazia. And then I have a lock on my rib cage. It's like a heart-shaped lock. So hopefully one day somebody has the key.
Yo, what if you met somebody who
already
had the same tattoo, but it was a key?
That would be weird. You know what? That is something that would happen to me. That is something weird that would happen to me. Like, honestly, like, what are the odds of you having a key?
See, when something like that were to happen to me, I'd be like, it's a sign. Let's get married today.
Okay, and whoever's listening, don't go get a key tattoo just because we said it. That's why I'm not going to tell you what
but
sign.
that sort of dedication? No.
Oh, my God.
Even if it wasn't already there, the sheer amount of dedication to the cause?
Exactly.
Okay.
You
got a tattoo for a date with me?
You'll be surprised.
Does anybody have your name tattooed on them?
No.
Because when you said you'd be surprised, I was like, somebody went and got.
No. I would be surprised because weird things just happen to me. Like, very strange things happen to me.
Like what?
Okay, I can tell you a weird story. A DJing story. I was DJing one day at a bar that I actually DJ at all the time. So there was this guy that came in and he's like, hey, do you remember me? And I'm like, I don't remember you per se. Now, mind you, I'm DJing. So I have my headphones on one ear, all that. And I was like, I don't really remember you, but I remember your face. And he was like, yeah, I'm such and such. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I remember your face. He's like, well, I always like your stuff on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, well, nice meeting you. He's like, would you like a drink? And so my ignorant friend that was with me, she's like, yeah, we want a drink. And I'm like,
we do.
And I'm like, no. Why did you do that? No, we don't want a drink. No, damn it. Why'd you do that? So he gets a drink and we all, cheers, get the drink. He stands around for a little while. And he's like, hey, I'll be right back. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know who this person is. I can be very honest. I don't know who he was. So he's like, hey,
You mean you didn't remember the likes?
No, not at all. Like, oh my God. I don't even pay attention to Instagram like that. But yeah, so he comes back literally with like the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen. I'm just like, in front of everyone, like while I'm DJing, like, you came in here and then said, oh, by the way, here's your favorite candy. I watch your Instagram. Like, so one day I was like eating candy or something and I Instagram, like, this is my favorite. So he went and actually bought the candy and came in with that.
I'm torn on this one because there's nothing I love more than a grand gesture. But like, I don't know you yet, then I'm a little creeped out. I don't necessarily want to eat the candy. I'll take the flowers though.
Okay. Because
I like flowers.
But it's like, he doesn't know me. So what if I had a relationship or a significant other and then I come home and I got this bouquet of flowers and it's like, where'd you get those from?
I mean, the store, it is what it is. I'd bring that bouquet home. I really would.
Strange.
No, that's not strange.
The fact that I was DJing and
okay, the fact that he did it,
present me with this.
The fact that he did it was strange.
Okay,
if you were to bring the flowers home, that's not strange.
Okay,
I would bring the flower. I'm not going to throw away a perfectly nice bouquet of flowers. Weird. But why?
I don't know. I would just feel really strange. That's just me though.
Because like,
I'll be like, well, I guess it would depend on the person too.
Yeah, I would totally do it.
It was so weird.
Now, if it was some ugly dyed carnations, I'd throw that out immediately.
Imagine me carrying equipment and stuff at the end of the night. I have a backpack, I have everything, and this big bouquet of flowers. And everybody's like, Tazia, where'd you get that from? I'm like,
an admirer.
Oh my God. I was so embarrassed. And I'm not easily embarrassed, but that embarrassed me really bad.
So then what happened after that? Like,
it wasn't nothing.
Did he keep in touch on the gram?
So,
did you eat the candy?
I don't remember if I ate the candy or not. I really
well,
can't
you're still here, so it was safe.
Look, yeah, right? So I remember him saying, hey, I'm about to get out of here. I put my number in the flowers, and I'm just like, okay. So, because I didn't open the card, and he like wrote his name and like wrote a message and wrote his phone number. And so he had hit me up on Instagram in a DM and was just like, I hope you enjoyed your flowers. I'm like, okay, this is the guy. Mm-hmm. That's when I made the connection. Right? And so I told him, I was like, hey, I don't want you to think anything like.
I mean, did you find him attractive? Like, was this somebody you would have? Okay.
No, this
now,
is
let me ask you this.
To.
If this was somebody that you potentially would have been attracted to, like, let's say he did all that and then you were like, oh, this is him? Would that have changed the story?
I mean, let's be honest. That probably would change. I mean, it would change.
Okay. So it's not necessarily the gesture. It was the person.
Yeah, it was the person. And it was the whole demeanor too. It was very like creepy and like sneaky, like it was his whole demeanor. Like I think that even if he would have came like more straightforward, like, hey, I just got you some flowers, like I thought you may enjoy those, it would have been a different feel. But it was like he was like casing like the environment. It was just
sir, I feel unsafe.
Yeah, like it was just like weird to me. I'm like, okay, he's just been hanging here. It's not like he came in with them. It's like he hung out first, was trying to get drinks, and then you come in with this bouquet of flowers that are obviously sitting in your car. And I'm just like, what is happening? It was weird.
Well, he had to feel it out a bit. Okay, the only reason that I had to dissect this is because I think sometimes that we confuse men, right?
Okay.
So I think sometimes we'll say things like, you know, and like, I just want a big, grand, romantic gesture. And then
you get it.
And then you get it and you're like, I was like, I don't know why he would do something like that. So I was just trying to clarify what about the situation was, you know, off-putting. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't that he actually did the gesture. It was his demeanor.
It was the demeanor.
Also probably a little bit of the fact that like generally not somebody you would be attracted to. But if his demeanor was right, like if he'd come in and it was just
I wouldn't have felt embarrassed.
And if he was like somebody you would normally be like physically attracted to or attracted to in other ways.
Yeah.
The story next day would have been like, girl, let me tell you what happened to me last night.
And he left his phone number. He paid attention and got my favorite candy.
Right. And so like, I think men get focused on like the thing or the how.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the like how, I'm sorry, the what, not like the how.
Right.
You know? So
and then you got to step confidently. You know what I'm saying? Like when you step like with like just kind of being, how can I put it? Like
just awkward about it.
Awkward
like unsure. Like you almost have to walk in like, I know she's going to love this because it's coming from me because I'm me. And then a woman will receive it like that.
Exactly.
Not cocky and over the top, but like when you know, like you have something to offer and somebody's going to recognize that.
Yeah. But when you're acting like you're not very sure of yourself,
then they're not sure.
It's like,
how would they be sure?
This is strange. Like this is just, it made it weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, if you would.
So my point is, don't stop flower grand gestures, please.
I love flowers.
Just be confident.
I love
and have a good approach.
Yeah, that's it. But when you're acting weird and casing the plays, and no, it feels like a trick. It feels like punk. Like I'm like Ashton Kutcher.
Where are
jump
you,
out
Ashton?
At any time because this cannot be happening right now. It's like I don't even know what to do.
Did you? In fact, you kept the flowers though, right?
I kept the flowers. And what's crazy though, like normally my flowers like last for a little while. They died quick.
Shut up.
Yeah. So
I would take that as a bad sign. I would be like, what's in these?
They died pretty fast. I was just like, whoa, okay. Like usually my flowers last a little bit longer, but these babies didn't make it.
That's that energy they had on them.
Yeah, I don't know, but they didn't last that long.
Is he still DMing you, or has he since stopped?
No. Oh, so what's crazy is a couple weeks ago I was just out with some friends, and I got a glimpse of him, like in in my peripheral, and he was like kind of in the corner, creeping again, like at the bar, and I was just like, oh
but he didn't say anything.
Hold on, I was just like, okay, he cannot be with my friends because I kind of see him by my friends, so he made it like hit a point to like I guess be around my friends because he seen me like interact with them at some point of the night. So he was up there by my friends. So I'm just like, okay, this is weird. And so when I come from around the door, I literally hear him say, "There she goes. Oh yeah, there she goes right there. There that girl goes." And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, Tazia,
don't look over there.
Don't even look, because you know it's him. And why is he doing this? Like, why is this happening? I guess to let it be known that he knew me or something. I don't know. It was so weird. He just kept on saying, there she goes. To nobody.
So then, any conversation?
No, because I was avoiding it at all costs. I was just moving around like, hey, y'all, how you doing? Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Give me a hug. Like, I think he got the message, though.
See, that would don't show. That's the thing.
Okay, now
DM all you want, but don't show up in a creepy way.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would creep me out.
That was strange. Like I had literally, like, he had to be watching the door, had to be, to say there she goes. Like
that would creep me out.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so yeah,
I get it.
I was just like, okay, this is weird. As long as you don't bring me any more flowers or do anything else creepy.
There she goes.
There she goes. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm already like, when I get extra attention, I'm just like, and that's crazy. When I get extra attention, I'm kind of like, oh, don't look at me. You know, although I'm DJing in front of I don't know how many people and everybody's looking at me with their hands up. It's just different, you know? But like when I'm just chilling, like I don't like all that attention being thrown at me.
Right.
You know, I'm just like,
there she goes.
And literally inside, my body was like, ah, like wanting to scream. I'm just like, no, don't do that. Don't say that.
I watch too much Investigation ID. That's my favorite channel.
Yeah.
And so then I was like thinking, he might be like now. Literally
now
every guy I see
saying?
out, I'm like, because I hear the voice in my head in the Investigation ID dude describing the scene.
Now, do you see what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
like, why are you by my friends, and how did you get over there? Like, how did you know those are my friends? Mm. Yeah, it was weird.
You probably did some Instagram research.
I would not be surprised. Yeah.
So what's next for you in DJing?
Oh, what's next for me in DJing? So I have a really cool fitness boot camp series that I'm starting with some friends. It all started out, my friend Danielle decided to do a birthday workout, right? And it was at 9:00 in the morning. This was like a month ago. Mm-hmm. And when she told me about it, I was down for it. And I was just like, you know what? I kept on like thinking like, this is going to really be a thing. Well, it was like tons of people that showed up like 9:00 in the morning for a workout, a birthday workout at that.
Well, if it's her birthday, you better show up.
Yeah. So I was just like, we were like, whoa. I'm like, this is a thing. So afterwards, everybody started asking like, are y'all going to make this a regular thing? So we decided to make it a regular thing. And it's called the Good Work series. And every single time that we hold a boot camp, we'll be giving a part of the proceeds to a charity. So that's why we called it the Good Work series, because we're doing good work in the community, and then you're also getting to work out. So
where can folks reach you?
Gosh, you can reach me on pretty much everything except for Bumble and Tinder, but on Twitter. Tazia Alexa, Tazia Alexa, and it's also the same on Instagram, and I also have a fan page on Facebook, and yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on tonight and sharing your story. And I'm gonna come. Yes, and I'm gonna come see your set somewhere.
Yes, you have to.
I won't bring flowers.
You can bring flowers. I know you. Like, here you go, girl. Only things. Shout out to Tanisha.
And thank you guys so much for listening tonight. And please reach out to me and let me know what you think of tonight's show at Tanisha Wood on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yes.
And until next time, wish me love. Hello again, my lovely listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of DRL. If you like the show, be sure to go on iTunes and leave a rating and also write a review. And don't forget to share with your friends and tell them all about DRL. Thank you so much for supporting.